Let them call you fascists, nationalists, racists. Let them call you whatever they want. Legally, morally, we do have a right to protect ourselves. Again, we do not know who they are. There is no documentation. We do not know if they're Al-Qaeda, if they are maybe from Hamas. We do not know who they are because they are not migrants. They are illegal migrants, very often without documents. We have to say zero means zero. We cannot let leftists telling us what to do, how to behave, especially when it comes to the border. Asylum seeker is the person who flees to the first safe country from the country of the conflict. I didn't know that Somalia is a neighboring country in Poland. This is madness, and this madness has to be stopped. Poland is different. It's safe. This is why it's worth to fight for Poland. And I must say, I do believe and I think that Poland is the last stronghold of Christianity and normality in Europe. Zero illegal migration, that's the solution. Zero, this is what we need, basically. This is my motto. This is what I do believe in, and I do believe that zero migration is a solution for the crisis in the world. It's not about Europe only. Illegal migration is a serious threat to our society. It's used as a weapon in many cases. That's why in 2018, I was very clear. Zero illegal migration as a solution, not only in Poland, not only in Europe, but also in US or in any other part of the world.
Nobody on this panel is advocating for zero immigration. I think what we're advocating for is bringing in people who we want in this country, who are going to be beneficial to our society, as opposed to throwing open the border and having hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people come in legally, and also tens of thousands of people come in illegally. My view is we should be shutting the border to illegal immigration immediately, tomorrow. There should be zero immigration illegally into the country.
I say, no. You are in a crisis. You went to the Muslim countries and you imported the garbage that the Muslim countries wanted to put in prison or isolate away from society. You went and you imported them. Why? For cheap labor. But these Islamist extremists, they don't want to work. They want free welfare. They want to marry French women, blonde hair, blue eyes. They don't have time to work. The other extremist groups, like the Muslim Brotherhood, who are friends with the IRGC and Hezbollah people, they cannot operate in Bahrain, in Oman. These are Muslim countries. Where do they operate? In London, in France, in Washington, D.C., in Australia, in Canada, Toronto. So look at Poland. They don't complain from Islamic extremism, not a single terrorist attack in Poland. The moment they sense there's a problem, they crack down on it. Polish policy, beautiful.
I'm a legal immigrant here. I don't understand why anybody would support people coming into this country by breaking the rules and the law. Zero illegal immigration, and then you work your way down, reducing our essentially attachment to the fact that we've got cheap labor over time.
When you look at Europe and when you look at different parts of the world and our civilization, we must say that we are completely different than Arabs, for example. And this is not Islamophobia. They're trying to put the Islamophobia stick on me, and they're trying every single day, they're trying to tell me that I'm Islamophobe. I'm not Islamophobe. I'm trying to point the differences between us. And because of these differences, we have terrorist attacks by the Arabs, by the Islamists in Europe. Have you ever heard about Europeans, Polish, who blow himself up in any Arabic state? Everyone, every country, every sovereign country has a right to protect its border.
My daughters, 7 and 9 years old, they have an assignment each Monday to summarize the news. 2 bombings in the surroundings of Stockholm. This is the reality that Swedish children need to grow up with, need to face. And it's a very sad reality because 20 years ago, Sweden had the least amount of deadly shootings in Europe together with Poland and Hungary. Poland and Hungary still has the least amount of shootings. Sweden is now in the top. 273 shootings this year only. 17 innocent victims of gang violence died. The week before these 2 bombings that my daughters spoke of, a 25-year-old woman was bombed to death while she slept outside Uppsala. The week before that, a 71-year-old man was shot to death while having a pint in the sleepy town of Sandviken. This is the consequence of liberal migration policy for decades without any kind of impact assessment. And Swedes, ordinary Swedes, expect the European Commission, the parliamentarians here in Strasbourg, to respond to this, to take this into account?
Nothing has changed, and I think it's up to us if the situation will be solved. We have to be radical. We have to say zero means zero. We cannot let leftists telling us what to do and how to behave, especially when it comes to the border, because they are not migrants. There are illegal migrants, very often without documents. We could see videos when they burn their passports. We do not know who they are. Hijra is a hybrid war in Islam. It's conquering the part of the world without a war, without weapon, by your presence, through the demographics. So look who's supporting Palestine now. All the leftists, all the left organizations, they are with the Palestinian flag. It's a madness.
It's mad.
If they would go to Palestine or spend time with Hamas, they would be thrown from the roof as a gay man.
These immigrants do not benefit our societies. They cost us money and are an enormous strain on Europe's welfare system. Europe indeed today is facing an enormous immigration and asylum crisis, because despite the massive cost, mass immigration was never discouraged. On the contrary, mass immigration was encouraged, seen as an enrichment by cultural relativists. Look around you. But luckily, not in Budapest, but look around you in the most of Europe. There are neighborhoods that have almost become no-go zones, territories where our women and daughters are no longer safe, and our Judeo-Christian values have totally disappeared. Look around you, and you can see people waving the flags of Hamas and Islamic Jihad and shouting anti-Semitic messages in many European capitals after the massacre of innocent Israeli civilians on October 7 last year.
The legal difference between asylum seeker and a migrant. Asylum seeker is the person who flees to the first safe country from the country of the conflict. I didn't know that Somalia is a neighboring country in Poland. It is not. Legally, you are a migrant. You have to apply, you have to submit your documents, you have to ask for permission to be here. What they do, they trying to cross the green border without any proof of who they are. So that is a threat, as a threat of hybrid war, because it's about hundreds of thousands. It's not about 2 or 3 or 10 or 15 families, as they trying to say. It's about massive illegal migration throughout the years.
There will come a day that we will see far more radical extremists and terrorists coming out of Europe because of lack of decision-making, trying to be politically correct, or assuming that they know the Middle East and they know Islam and they know the others far better than we do. And I'm sorry, but that's pure ignorance.
Why Arab countries are not so open for this global crisis with the migration? Why Muslims, mainly Muslims, Arabs, are not migrating to the Muslims and Arab countries? Because they are not allowed. That is the difference between Europe and Arabic countries. Whereas Egypt and others, they never help. The same thing with Mecca. The answer is very simple. They are smart. They know that it is a threat, and they protect their own society, and you can't blame them. This is madness, and this madness has to be stopped. Obviously, all the leftists, all the left organizations are used for the political purposes by the left in Europe and around the world. And every single time when you see pro-Palestine's rallies, you see even the t-shirts with Lenin, Stalin, or others.
Sure.
This is madness, and I can't understand how people can see it.
So the leftists, their whole aim in life, everything, their policy, their politics, their funding, everything, Soros, agenda, their whole ideology is get more votes. Be it through illegal immigration, be it through shutting down impeachment, whatever. The point is, they need more votes. That's their whole agenda. The extremists, they know all what this guy wants is votes. So if we gave him 500 votes and he's gonna give us access to the media, to the Congress, to the USA government, we came from the desert. This guy wants just 500 votes from people who don't even know what they're talking about. The left thinks 4-year, 8-year. That's the term they think in. 4-year term, 8-year term. the Islamic extremist thinks my grandchildren and how I change the educational system now for them.
So if you want to work in Poland, if you want to respect our culture, if you want to pay taxes, come to our services, ask for the permission, ask for a visa for 6 or 10 months. It's not a problem at all, but you have to do it legally. And first of all, you have to respect our culture. You have to respect our faith. You have to respect our society. You have to respect our tax system. You have to pay taxes. You have to be here legally. I don't care if they call us racist. I don't care if they call us nationalists. I care about my country and about my family. This is what I said to Kathy Newman. She was shocked. How can you say that? But Jean-Paul Juncker called you a racist. I don't care. He can call me a pink elephant. I care about my family, about the safety of my homeland. That is why I love Poland. Poland is different. It's safe. This is why it's worth to fight for Poland. And I must say, I do believe and I think that Poland is the last stronghold of Christianity and normality in Europe.
If you liked the video, please like and subscribe to spread more awareness. Share your thoughts in the comments below and join the conversation. Your engagement helps us bring more content to light. Remember, stay informed, stay engaged.